IONQ, what happened last week? I had my eyes on this because it was shorted at the time, and it kept popping up. There was some activity on it before we really shot up. And then a guy that I was following, TA trader, a technical trader, Trader Stewie over on, or Stewie Trader, something like that on X. I was scrolling and he mentioned it as well, and how he was like in the technicals. He was like, this thing shorted, this thing could squeeze. He mentioned it like 3 or 4 days before it happened. And we had a gap, and I was looking at that gap. It filled it within like 20, it filled it and hit within like 10, 15 cents, literally, and then started to pull back. I had shorted it this day, but I was going to go long on it because it started to get some heavy activity. And I just kind of, got sidetracked. And oh my gosh, I mean, look at that. Literally, literally to the, literally right there, just within cents, filled the gap and pulled back. I had shorted it from 47 to around 44, 43. We'll have to look in the short selling section in the Discord. And I'm like, what the heck made this thing rip? So if you look at the earnings, I mean, the earnings is there. The earnings is there. And this is why I love this indicator on TrendSpotter, because we drop heavily and the earnings is there. I can just figure out what's going on with it. Every dip is a fantastic buy, like 3 to 21, then 6, just in October of 2024 to 54. It's making moves like that, and earnings are positive, and it's heavily shorted. I should have been on that, and I was going to be on it, and I had mentioned it to Kramer, one of the analysts in ZTRADEZ, that's actually a real trader, like some of these other guys or these young kids. And I was wondering what the heck was going on with this thing. IONQ, it's surging only 37%. Last week, I'm going to read this, after the CEO compared the company to Nvidia, calling it the future of Nvidia, calling it the future, Nvidia of quantum computing. This bold statement ignited investor excitement and drove the massive trading volume. The stock also benefited from a wave of momentum across the border, across the broader quantum computing sector, with peers like Rigetti, RGTI, and D-Wave rising as well. IONQ's recent partnership to explore quantum computing powered logistics added the bullish sentiment. Despite not yet being profitable, the company's positioning as a leader in quantum tech captured market attention, and it was heavily shorted. It was both of those things right there, right? The sector, this quantum is still hot. That was a very short bubble, and it was heavily shorted. And IONQ was shorted at the time, and we had that gap up there. All that was just the last cookie to crumble, the straw that broke the camel's back and caused this thing to surge and fill that gap. I should have been on that. And I'm a bit upset I missed it, because it'd be one thing if it just surged, but I had mentioned it. But I'm going to keep my eyes. I'm going to be using the scanners, the small cap scanners. Keep your eyes peeled for the mid cap and small cap a category we're going to open up here at ZTRADEZ. We're going to look at stocks that are heavily shorted, and when they have the right TA, as long as their earnings are there, and some of the fundamentals, depending on if the technicals are just screaming. I'm going to be calling them out and doing YouTube videos here in the future at ZTRADEZ. So keep your eyes peeled. If you all like this content, make sure to like and follow for more.